Hi, Steve. How are you, buddy? I'm going to make you the presenter. Looking forward to talking to you. Appreciate you coming back.
Which screen you guys seeing?
Right now, I'm seeing the Let's Get Started, Connect, Go to Webinar.
All right, I'll put
Now
my
I'm
slide.
seeing your website.
Okay, what do you guys want to talk about?
How are you today, Steve? How's that?
I'm good.
Let's start there.
It's gonna be a busy day today. Looks
Yeah,
like.
you know, what the Canadian people saying about the U.S. midterms? Are they pretty united and still kind of upset with how they were treated during trade negotiations? I don't like to get political, but I'm curious.
It's booming down here. Still.
Yeah.
I think
In what ways?
real estate stuff. I don't know how
It's coming back.
Dip, went back up, but everybody's building. Everywhere you go, you see crane. It's booming. I haven't been here in like 2 years. Came back last month, and that's all I see. Sky.
Okay.
Cranes in the sky.
Growth.
Yeah.
Growth.
Yeah.
Okay. So I see your new project here. It was launched, and you know I know that you're mainly day trader, Steve. But you know what I like about your style, and you brought it up when we first met and did an interview. Is your pet peeve was people aren't telling others in advance what they're looking to do and if it works. You're always hearing after the fact, yeah, I bought it here and I sold it there, and instead of prepping people. And I saw a tweet of yours, you were looking to do something the next day for a day trade, a scalp in the S&P. So, really, even if you're a day trader or swing or position trader, one of the most important things is to prepare yourself and be ready if the conditions meet your parameters to take the trade ahead of time, right?
Yeah, you need to do your homework, that's for sure. And having a site actually forces you to do it every day. Sometimes I'm way tired though. I just like last week. Oh man, I missed a lot of my videos because tell you, Dale, I couldn't even go to the bathroom.
Yeah, are you trying to run it like a one-man show? It's very difficult to. You need a good team, Steve. If I could give you any advice, and I see you're trying to build one, by bringing in other guys that know how to see markets and help markets. But yeah, very, very tough to be to run a business on your own nowadays.
Right.
And have a life. And I know you want to have a life. You're married, and you don't want to, be stuck at your workstation all day, do you?
No. It's already taken its toll.
Yeah. Well, so what are you doing to I talk about this too, Steve, the stress of being in the business and managing it and taking care of your health. It doesn't make any difference if you make hundreds of thousands of pips if you don't feel good. So do you have any kind of regimen you do to stay in trading shape? Boxers have to be in boxing shape, and I think as traders we have to be in mental and good physical condition to do this.
I go on and off. I love food.
Yeah.
I love pasta. I love bread. So that's one of the things. I go off and on. It's just I enjoy going out to restaurants. I go to a restaurant every day. Like around 1, I go to a very, very good one that I missed in Toronto. I go every single day. And
what is it? Is it Italian?
It's Italian, yeah.
How did I?
A penne arrabbiata with sausage, and I love the dish. I can't stop eating this thing. But health is definitely very important. But that's on my list. My wife is really giving me shit. She goes to the gym 2 hours every day.
Okay.
She's a trainer and stuff too, so she's definitely fit. Me, on the other hand, No.
The other way. Well, you
I gotta,
balance each
I
other out.
gotta get involved. I gotta, you know, I walk with her and it's like, look at this one, and they look at me and say, "Who's this fat guy?" But anyways,
Yeah,
besides that,
yeah.
you get
So,
comfortable. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
you definitely, health wise, you definitely have to. So that's the thing with me. What happens is when I set my target on something, I end up doing it. I kill it, but then you know, trading, you're sitting down, but definitely you have to go to the gym again.
yeah.
Mm.
All right. Well, you're going to be held to it because you said it during this interview, and I'll just keep tweeting it every
It's not
day
just you,
until
it's
you
my
get
wife
to the
too. Don't
gym.
worry. My
Yeah.
wife's stuff too.
So,
So
let's talk a little markets here. So,
sure.
this election's coming up, and, a lot of people have, their scenarios. If, the Democrats take the House back, what's going to happen, dollar wise and stock market wise. And I know you like to trade energy products. They've been in a pretty consistent downtrend. So, what are you looking to do tomorrow morning after the dust settles in the election? You have any things on your radar for tomorrow?
Well, I'll put this. I was on another site. I called the Trump win and I shorted that whole Trump move. I called circuit breaker and I got it right to the circuit breaker
Do you
on the
mean the
Trump.
buy at the bottom, you and Carl Icahn?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. It was right on a form. Everybody here that's listening that knows me on that site, tweet it. When I tweet this interview, tweet to confirm it. But
Okay.
I actually
Beautiful.
got everybody to go short. Everybody followed. Everybody made a killing that time. But
Oh yeah,
did the
okay, so
reaction.
you made it on the downside.
Here on the I
Trump. Okay.
started adding like a madman because there is something when my pivots get sliced, you could see that there's something bigger happening. I've talked about this in my course, and it only comes once in a while. But when you see that kind of flag, it means there's heavy duty selling going on. So just pile on. And those, I look for those. I actually dream of those. I don't think we're gonna get one today, though. I don't
No,
think.
because that was kind of like
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I saw S&P's lock limit down. It reminded me of my days when I used to see it all the time on the floor in the belly market and cattle market, limit moves and lock, and then people can't get out. And I thought maybe the pools would build up, but it wasn't a bad buy down there either, was it?
No, I sold way too early though. Way
Okay.
too early. But
All right. Well,
but I remember
how do you?
that bounce. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
So
The
how can you
crash
be
to the upside. Never
how
mind.
can you be perfect, Steve?
No, you can't. You can't. Not when it was moving like that. That was just dynamite. That was crazy. That bounce.
Yeah. But you
I
see,
remember it.
but we still go back to where we made a windfall profit trade, and we still say I got out too soon. Do you
Yeah,
find
of
that
course.
in yourself? Even in victory, sometimes
Hmm.
you don't enjoy it because you could have done better.
Oh yeah, I don't get mad at that. Years ago, I've stopped. I guess that comes with experience, right? Then you just get used to it. And
Yeah.
there's always another move. There's always another trade. And anybody that feels that way, I don't think they're ready to trade yet because that gets you to chase moves and stuff. And when you start chasing, that's when you get hurt.
Yeah.
I tend to wait for price to come to me, and you know what? 9 times out of 10, it does. Just wait. And
Yeah. Tom Petty, the waiting is the hardest part.
what sucks is when you miss a move by like 0.25 in the ES, which happens to me at least twice a week,
Hmm.
and then
I
it
mean,
just
you have
goes the other
limited
way
orders
hard, and
in.
you're like, oh man.
So
Anyway,
do you ever when you're there, instead of waiting to get filled sometimes and you're unable, just go to the market if you're there?
no,
Okay. That's
I don't.
discipline.
I
Okay.
don't. I maybe I did it like once or twice before, but like I said, I don't like to chase. I'll move it up, like oh, it just missed. It depends. It depends, but most of the times I wait for it to come get me,
Okay. So
or
you
I
wanna
just
you
retrade.
wanna You want to
I'll,
show people who are watching it, it'll see it later, just your charts are beautiful, what some of your charts look like
I think I had some.
with all
They're
those bands, your proprietary bands that you use and so forth. I'm just trying to help you make a nice commercial, buddy.
Here's one right here. Well, I have a daily video online. Here's one
Okay.
overnight I gave, and I gave it from here, 27.45. I took the short,
Yeah.
and there you go. I would have
Nice.
been out at 27.30. I usually
Okay.
front. So this is I'm already out though for the interview. I got out, but
Okay.
this is where it hits, right? So if this breaks, this A pivot, we're gonna go here. Very high probability it hits here, but this is in my daily video, like I
Okay.
just did yesterday. So anybody who took that short, you made money. I'm looking for a move here though. 27.12,
Yeah.
line in the sand, makes a higher high here if it gets defended, which I think it will. And then I'm looking for a pump, believe it or not. I'm looking for there's a bullish setup. There's a bullish setup here. There is actually a bearish setup too, but there's both a bullish and a bearish setup. But
I believe that.
considering how the boys like to play, I'm looking for a pump and a dump. A
New
pump,
highs or failing rally.
uh, pump maybe just to trip stops above 2,800, and then when the
Okay.
Republicans win, because I think the Republicans are going to win, and everybody's going to pile on long, and then slaughter them. Why?
Okay.
Because I think the Republicans are factored in. I think they're being factored in, and I'll tell you why. If you see those green bars on the ES daily, uh, a lot of these guys have polls. A lot of these hedge funds, they have their own voting systems, and I'm pretty sure they're much accurate than the news voting systems. They have the
Interesting.
inside. They know what's
Yeah.
going on. So I think Republicans are going to win. I think you're going to get a major move to the upside. But I gave this chart last month. I told them there's a danger move here. When this A pivot broke,
Right.
I put the tweet up on Twitter, but members wanted me to delete the tweet. Some people got the call. I said, danger, watch, big move coming. And here it was, right?
Right.
I didn't get my T. It just, oh, just
Yeah.
8 points away from it, but it's still alive. As you can see here, the A pivot got defended, right? Right to the
Yeah.
tick. So
Yeah.
this chart is still in sync. This target here is still alive. But
Okay.
considering my bands are pointing up, this band's pointing up, the 200s here, it can get to 2,800 here. It can get to 2,816. And
Okay.
this is still being.
I see a 28-24 pivot,
Yeah.
and then an upper blue band part of it coming in around there. You see that blue band you have
Yeah.
up there?
Yeah.
Is-
This
So
could still
that's
be sync,
part of
even if it's up here.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Cool,
can be
man.
synced to here. So the volatility, right? You hit it here and then here, up and down. But look at these bars, right? So you got a nice move coming up.
Nothing bearish there.
Yeah, it is bearish. It's still bearish.
Well, I
It's
mean
bull-
the
it's
green
kind of
bar
bull-
is going up. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as long as it's above my purple here, right? As
Uh-huh.
I talk about a lot. See when it took the purple out? You see it?
Yeah.
Takes it out to the upside, right?
Yeah.
Defended here. This chart's in sync because why? Look at those tick hits, right?
Mm-hmm.
The pivots, look at that. Hit, defended. So it's in sync. This, to get disregarded, you need a close above this sync, 28.24. You get a close above this, it's going to probably get the new highs. If we get a
Okay.
close above this. A
Okay.
close below this, danger.
Yeah, we'll take out the February lows. We'll
Yeah.
go to like what 2400s,
24.
2300.
Quick, probably pretty quick too.
Yeah.
We'll get a little bounce and then a murder probably overnight. But yeah, so
Let me ask you this, Steve. I mean, before October, when volatility started to pick up, were you the S&Ps have become a scalper's dream, haven't they? Now with
Yeah.
this kind of market action, and
Yeah, but let me talk about
before it was
volatility.
two-way, huh? Go ahead.
Yes. Let me I people that like are trading this, and I like my members, like, which I closed right now. There's only a few. I kind of screamed at the top of my lungs to don't trade if you don't know what you're doing, because in volatility, the way I trade it is I look for extended moves. I don't look for 5, 10 point moves.
Right.
Not when volatility hits. You'll get crushed. You look for extended 30 to 40 point moves, in between pivots. For example, 2707, 2765. That's an extended move. Or I'd narrow down to an intraday time frame, 30-minute, and I'd map pivots that are 25, 30 points apart. So that's the
Okay.
problem with day traders. Everybody's like, "Oh, I love this," and they start trading, and they start getting chopped up on 5, 10 point moves. You got 15 point moves in 1 minute sometimes.
Hmm.
You know, that's what ES used to trade in one day. You're
I
getting a
know.
move in 1 minute, back and
Right.
forth.
That's why I
So
said it's become a trader's dream if you know
yes,
how to handle it. How do
exactly.
you manage risk with your methodology?
I look for those extended moves, and I look for, like, the pivot not to be broken by a certain amount. Now, of
Okay.
course, things can change where the stochastics and all the some other indicators I use and say, look, this thing's gonna get pulled, and I might hold. And if it goes against me, what I do is I'll add to my position at another pivot, and then it comes back. Let's say it pulls back, I take half down right away so I can break out even when I add
Yeah.
to a position. So I like to
Okay.
get out an entry if I'm wrong. I'll add at a lower pivot, and if that pivot breaks, I'm totally out of the position. I take the
Okay.
hit. But
Okay.
it works when I add, I get out an entry, and then I leave the position that I had before and let it run. But if that pivot breaks where I added, I get out.
I like that.
For me, yeah, I do. I get out.
Yeah,
I'll
because
take the hit. I don't care.
I mean, you do hit things on the button, but there are times. I mean, for me, it's the exception, not the rule, where I get in and there's no drawdown and the trade works right away.
Mhm.
But I like the scaling idea, and then you know, cutting that position and letting the original go. That's really a pearl, Steve.
Yeah, a lot of people add and they just let it go because they think they're going to win the lottery. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
look, I'm not here to get rich overnight. I'm here to take little chunks, make a paycheck, and I'm happy.
and go to the restaurant.
Yeah, that's basic. Dale, I make one or now honest. Okay, with the volatility, it was like a couple more, but I tend to make 2 or 3 trades a day, if that. If
Yeah, that's
maybe
active.
even one. Like
To
I
me,
know,
that's active. To
yeah,
others,
it is.
that's not,
It
huh?
is. It is. And it's usually in on the open,
Yeah,
and one in the afternoon, right before 2:30, and right after, and the close. So in the morning, afternoon, and close. That's it.
right.
Other than that, I'll leave my desk at 11 sometimes. Right after 11, I'm like, I'm out of here. I know till from 11 till 1:32, it's dead. There's chop.
Yeah,
You just know because you got to watch screens, right? That's the
right.
problem there with people. They don't watch screens. So these guys tend to come, I'm a trader. I'm gonna do it. I'm like, yeah. How many have you watched screens? Oh yeah. I watch 2 hours a day. I'm like, well, that's not enough. You gotta watch your screens. You gotta
Yeah,
watch how this market moves. Just doing your homework, looking at the screens is one thing. You have to actually see it live. You
yes.
know what I mean? How they like
Screen
to
time's
trade.
everything, you know.
Yes, it is actually.
In our
It is.
business, it's like, and you know what, Steve? A lot of people that, most of the people that I talk to, I ask them, well, how long did it take you to, really have epiphanies and become consistent and make money in the business? And most say 4 years.
Yeah,
So
I
if
can
people have unrealistic expectations, that's 4 years of screen time, intensive screen time, to get the feel for how markets move.
Yeah, especially and how, each market moves differently, right? So, and there's another thing. Everybody likes to trade like 5 products. Like, why? Personally, I like one, 2 products I like. I like ES and oil,
Yeah.
If ES is not moving, I'll just strictly oil likes to move all the time. I like it. I like things that move, but you don't have to trade five things. Like what? Why? And then there's people that are married to positions like gold. Gold hasn't been moving for months, and
Yeah.
everybody's asking, "What about gold? What about gold?" I'm like, "Who? What about gold? Who gives a shit about gold? Move on." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people get married to positions. You can tell that they kind of need more experience. Me and I can see in
Do
you
you
as
have the
well. We don't
patience?
really
Let me
care.
ask you, buddy. I kind of know you after talking to you for a while. And when you're teaching people and you have a course, so I know you are you a patient guy? Because it definitely takes a lot of patience to teach.
Very, I am patient. I am, but as I haven't taught before. I don't know, but it's tough for me. But I kind of I'm kind of more to the risk side because I used to be one of them on forums, and I know what I want. And one of the things that I wanted was, a lot of people want you to hold their hand. A lot of
Yeah.
people want stuff on a silver platter, and unfortunately, if you guys are listening, that doesn't happen in this market. You have to put in your work. That's why I force people to actually understand why a trade should be taken. So a lot of people want to know what the trade is, but I feel that those people that want to know that don't put in the work are the ones that blow up their accounts. That's why 95% of the people don't make it in this industry. It's because 95% of the people out there are too lazy to learn why a trade was triggered. And I'm sorry for saying that, but I believe that.
Well, brutally honest, and that's why there are signal services and money managers. And I think it's really a good question to ask is, are you only interested in pips, being poured into your account? Or are you willing to do the work so that you're self-directed?
Well, I'll tell you
So,
about signal services. They work. Okay. You have a trade that you give. You don't know what that person has in his bank account. You don't know how much contracts he's trading. You don't know whether he's trading ETFs. You don't know how much leverage he's using, which you probably suggest to him not to leverage up. Most don't listen to you because they think that, I'm trading. Dale knows what he's doing. I'm going to load up here because Dale's buying, and I'm going to make a killing. And that's what they do.
yeah,
And
yeah,
what happens is they don't know how much contracts or what you're trading. So signal services, of course, they work, especially if the trader's good. But a lot of these people that follow these signal services get cleaned. Why? Because number one, they don't know why you took the trade.
right.
Because you can't go when you're in a trade on your site, guys. I'm moving my stock. You're looking at your screen. Like the last thing you want to do is, you're focused on your trade. You're making sure everything's being lined up. For you to constantly coach and manage hundreds of people that took your trade, it's impossible.
Yeah,
So that's why I
you're
tell
right.
people, if you give a signal, why don't you learn how Dale took the signal?
Yeah,
So if
the
something goes
wise, the
wrong,
wise, so they
the
can
why?
repeat it. They can
Exactly.
repeat it themselves eventually
You
without
got it.
being dependent
You
upon
got it.
anybody.
Exactly. You give the signal, they say, "Oh my God, Dale, I see why he took the signal,"
Yeah,
right? And he
yeah,
can manage the trade himself instead of you managing it because you know as well as I know, Dale, these markets could change on a snap, right?
everything,
And
anything can happen.
exactly. So they need to know when to get out if you're wrong or I'm wrong or anybody's wrong because no one's you're not going to get
No
the
one.
you're going to have a streak. You will get a streak, but you're going to have losses. And if people can't accept losses, then you know what? Pack up and stop trading because you're not going to make it. Definitely not going to make it in this. You're going to need to experience losses and pain sometimes. You're going to get pissed off. You're going to get stressed out. That's
Yeah,
part of the journey of being a trader. I never.
yeah. You have to live through adversity, and it's bottom line, Steve. You can't learn experience. It only happens with the passing of time and
Yes,
living through stuff.
I
You know,
100%. A lot of people
So,
just think they just dip in, they're gonna make it, or they're listening
well,
to a guru. Like I don't consider myself a guru. I hate when people call themselves gurus because in this industry, it's
yeah,
just there's no
I
such
like
thing as a guru.
coach.
Coach, yes,
I love coach.
yeah, yeah.
I
And,
mean,
and
that's what I do. I
so
coach.
I like
I'm a player coach though, man. You know how some guys retire and they only coach, but there's some guys that are still playing and coaching. I'm a player coach.
nice. You
So,
can't you'll miss it if you're not playing.
yeah. You know what, Steve?
Good. You keep
What
it
a
fresh.
great way to start the month and on election day. And I love that you're just bottom line people. You got your gut level. You're real, and that's why people love you and flock to you. And I wish you tremendous success with your new venture, and that you get to learn to manage your time, and it doesn't absorb your whole life, and that you start going to the gym with your wife and
Mhm.
once in a while, and glad to call you my trading warrior brother, Steve.
Well, thank you, Dale. I think this is like our fourth or fifth. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm having a podcast, Dale. I'm gonna bring you on. I got my
Okay.
here. I'll tell you. I got. You know what? You want to hear something, Dale? A
What?
buddy of mine uh, uh, gave me this marijuana stock back then. He's.
Okay.
I'll show you something. uh, Don't buy it now, guys. Whoever's listening,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not promoting this stock. I'm just so my first one, which I had to change the date because I didn't do this because my membership's closed. As my brother, we're going to talk about real estate on how we acquired 100-unit buildings,
Cool.
which we have 6 now. But this is I'm going to bring him on, and this is Anthony, a good friend of mine, who he's now the vice president of a symbol called Huge, which is the uh, marijuana stock. He gave it to me for private placement at 5 cents, eh? And I don't do penny stocks, eh?
Right.
He was telling me, we're big, we're growing, we're going. Went to 90 cents, Dale.
Wow.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm
When it
like,
went public?
whoa.
You mean when it went public? The
Yeah.
IPO.
Well,
Oh
I
yeah.
was,
Nice, huh?
not just that, they all did. All these guys here, I'm
I know.
telling you, some people I met here, they became millionaires. A friend of mine's sister put $1,000. She made 1 million. From a
Unbelievable.
thousand. She got it at 19 cents and went to $18.
Wow.
Well, they
Yeah.
don't sell these people because I would have been out like as soon as it doubled.
I know. I know.
That's the
I
way
know.
we
I
are. We're
know.
like, we're
Yeah,
out. Take the
yeah,
money. I'm out of here.
I've always said, Steve, for someone to make 1,000% on some of these things, that you
They
either
don't know
have
what
to
they're
be
doing.
naive or greedy, one or the other. Because I can never do it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? I'd
it,
never.
I know. You can't.
I
You
mean,
can't. Yeah.
you just think it's, you've seen things, you've been around too long to know that, it can disappear. So, great talking to you, Steve.
Great talking to you too, Dale. I'll let you know when I'm gonna go live with that. Like I said, I didn't know it would be this. Uh, the site is
Time
it's
consuming.
very time consuming. It's
Yeah. Well, you and your
kind of
family have,
regretting that I did it, though. But anyway, I'm not
you,
regretting it. I
you know,
like helping people.
if I don't talk to you guys, you and your family have a great holiday season,
Oh, you too.
and
Stay
and
safe there and
okay, and
take.
appreciate you taking time out of your day to address us, and uh, lots of luck with the site. Anything I could do to help you, let me know. Okay, buddy?
Definitely. One question, Dale. Who are you voting
Yeah.
for?
Well, I don't want to get
I
political.
know. You don't want to get political. I knew you were going to
Yeah,
say that. I got a
in this
podcast.
business,
I don't
it's
want
one
people
of
to
a
hate me when I say
yes, but good try. That's all I can say.
I
Good
think
try.
I know who. I'm going to keep it quiet, though.
All right, buddy.
Keep it quiet. We'll
All
talk
right,
later,
everyone.
Dale.
That's
Take
Steve
care, man.
Anton at the Pivot King, and you can find him on his new website, thebesttraders.com. Is that correct, Steve?
You got it.
And Everyone.
Membership's closed though, guys.
Oh
Membership's
yeah,
closed.
that's right.
So
Yeah,
just fill out a form and I'll let you know when it's back up because
yeah. Get on the waiting list to
yeah,
pay Steve. That's
yeah,
how you know someone has something good, when they have a waiting list. All
yeah.
right, buddy.
All
Take it
right.
easy, Steve.
Take care, Dale. Ciao.
All right. Cheers. And
Cheers.
everyone else, thank you and good enjoy today, and don't just count your pips, count your blessings. See you tomorrow, and we'll see where the dust settles. Adios. Thanks again, Steve Anton.
Cheers.